Welcome in, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if the sound is good. Should be coming through now. Let me know if everything's good. We got 1,200 people waiting to get in here. We got some big news to cover as the attacks are continuing at this time. So let me know in the chat if you can see and hear me. We do have something incredibly important and incredibly troubling to address right at the top of the show. I'm going to be very blunt with you all. I'm going to be very direct with you all because I need your help. I need your help. We're going to solve an issue. It has been escalated to a high level, and quite frankly, it is time to push back against some of the stuff that has been going on, and we're not going to take it. We've got a great group of moderators who are back here with us tonight. The moderators know the rules of engagement. If someone needs to go, we support free speech unconditionally. You can disagree with me. You can think I'm an idiot, but what you're not going to do is you're not going to make threats. You're not going to threaten the president. You're not going to threaten me. You're not going to cheer on the deaths of American soldiers. That'll get you kicked out of here before you can even blink. So that is what we've got the moderators looking at and watching for. And they did a phenomenal job on Sunday. Hold on. On Sunday after being brought in. And I think they are going to do a phenomenal job again. So we're going to give everyone a second to roll in here so that everyone knows what is going on and people don't miss it. We are getting some reports right now of explosions in Tehran. It is possible Tehran is being hit at this time. We are waiting for more information to come in. So we are looking at everyone. I see we got a lot of people. As always, guys, make sure you like the video. We got 2,400 people watching this right now. We only got 244 likes. The best way to get the word out there is to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the page. That is how we keep the censorship off of us. That is how we get the information to people that the mainstream, legacy media, whatever you want to call it, they want to cover it up. But I'm going to tell you guys the truth. So make sure you're liking the video. We'll do super chats. We'll start them, I don't know, $5 tonight. We'll see. And then depending on how they come in. So I'm going to hit this super chat right away before we get into the critically important message. Hey, David, if you need help taking out the trash as a mod, I'm available. My wife and I watch your show daily. I appreciate the offer. Right now, we've got a bunch of them. We set up a really good crew. If one of them, for whatever reason, has to stop doing it, and we're looking for another person, we will definitely consider you. We can't have too many mods, right? We got to keep it. It's a small elite strike force. It's a sniper team. It's a strike force. And I think we got some good people in here. If there's ever a problem with that or them, we will definitely deal with that at that time. But like I said, they were excellent on Sunday for the Sunday night show. All right, we got a couple new members as well right off the top of the show. Thank you very much. The link to join the membership is in the description below. All memberships help keep the channel alive and pay for what we got to pay for. We are going to talk about Pickaxe Mountain. We're going to talk about the ongoing strikes. We're going to talk about new launches against U.S. positions. We have Patriot interceptors that we're firing. But now we're going to start with something that is incredibly important, and I am serious when I say I need your help. Sunday, there was a situation unfolding where the threats against me and other people were starting to hit a level that was no longer something you could ignore. Federal law enforcement was made aware of this yesterday on Monday. They are aware of the threats that have been placed against me and others in this, essentially a lot of it stemming from the live chat. We saw it. We know it was there. We saw the stuff about the kill list. I was able to block it. But I, unfortunately, was not able to screenshot that before I deleted it, not realizing I couldn't go back and do that. So here's what I need from you guys. And again, federal law enforcement is 100% aware. We have credible evidence, incredibly credible evidence, that people inside Iran are monitoring this channel and what I say. I'm not going to get into how we know that, but we know that as a fact. What I need from you guys is if you see any threats in the live chat directed at me or any other person, no matter how minor or big it is, if people are saying we know where you live, we're going to come get you. Certainly if they say we're going to kill you. What I need you guys to do is screenshot that and send it to me on Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. Those screenshots will then be turned over to federal law enforcement, who will then, if the people are in America, make those arrests. So if you guys see anything in the live chat that rises to that level, in the mods too, before it gets banned and deleted, please screenshot it. That is the only way we can hunt these people down. That is the only way we can eliminate the threat. And that is what we are going to do. We are taking this situation very seriously. My wife is aware of it. Many people are aware of it. I am not going to public events. I'm not going to any event right now where me being there would be known ahead of time. So we are treating this with the severity it deserves. So that is, I know it's not the most fun way to start the show. I know it's incredibly troubling and disturbing, but I need your help. If you guys see that, screenshot it as fast as you can. And even if it's a burner account, they have the ability to trace the IP address, figure out where it originated from, and trust me, they will find the people, and they are committed to locking these people up. We will not be intimidated. We will not be threatened. We will not back down. We will not be silenced. But I need your help to do that. So thank you very much. Again, I keep my DMs here. David_Hookstead on Instagram, X D Hookstead. Anything you see, send it my way, and we will make sure that is handed over to federal law enforcement, who will then put these people behind bars if they're in America. At the minimum, it all gets documented in case, God forbid, something happens to me. And like I said, we have credible evidence that elements in Iran are monitoring literally everything I say on this channel. So, having said that, we're now up to 40,000 people. We're up to 4,000 people who are watching. So we're going to get right into it. So this is footage. So where are we in the war right now? Where we are at the war as of July 21st is there are two major things going on at the same time. Iran is continuing to bomb Bahrain, Kuwait, Jordan. All of our positions in those areas are continuing to be targeted at an incredibly high rate. And I can see, by the way, all the super chats coming in. Don't worry about it. I will get to them once we bang some of these updates out. Point two of where we are at in the war right now, and that is the focus on Pickaxe Mountain. We're going to talk about that right after, about the same time I posted my pickaxe video, whether or not a nuke will be used. President Trump in the Oval Office addressed that we will be, I repeat, we will be hitting Pickaxe Mountain. How are we going to do that? What's that going to look like? But first, this is footage of Patriot interceptors. Our positions, the positions of U.S. Members and our allied forces in Erbil in northern Iraq have been fired upon. Patriot interceptors in the air to engage. Let's watch the video. You can see the interceptors going up.
Ya Allah. Esta. Barca.
You can hear, it sounds like we got an intercept. It sounds like we have an intercept. So they are firing on our positions. All right, breaking news. We got breaking news at this time. So we have explosions now in multiple areas. We have explosions in eastern Tehran. This is real-time information. It appears the U.S. has opened up a new wave of strikes. Tehran explosions reported. We also have 11 explosions in Babahan, 11 explosions just minutes ago, explosions rocking Babahan. It appears U.S. fighter jets have re-entered the airspace over Iran. And then minutes ago, literally 3 minutes ago, we have reports of Bandar Abbas, multiple explosions coming in. We are going to see right now. I'm checking CENTCOM. Okay, here we go. We have more explosions. Mashhad, Iran is being hit on top of Bebahan. So we have multiple locations inside Iran at this hour that are being hit. I'm checking for a CENTCOM if we have an official announcement. We do not from CENTCOM yet, but we are now hearing waves of waves. And yes, we have fighter jets. Fighter jets are crossing over Iraq's Kurdistan region near the Iranian border, heading into Iran. So we have right now at this hour, U.S. warplanes have breached the border and are moving in literally right as it is starting. Okay, we also have strikes in Chabahar. 2 minutes ago, we have bomb impacts in Chabahar as this is continuing. CENTCOM has not at this time announced the official wave, but at least 4 cities in in Iran have been bombed. So in real time, you are seeing this. We are cutting in to the Patriot missile footage as bombs at this moment, literally live on air, which means we're probably in. Okay, Tabriz has been hit. Unclear. We have explosions in Tabriz. Unclear if it is the ballistic missiles launching or if Tabriz has been hit directly. And I got to warn you guys, a power surge knocked out my AC. We've got no AC. It's 90 degrees here right now. And for those of you who've been with me a long time, you know what happened to my AC last summer. We're in the same thing. So if you see me sweat, don't judge me too badly. It's 90 degrees in this room. It is absolutely brutal, but I'm doing the best I can in the heat. All right, we are looking at this time. Hold tight, because I am seeing indications that Kuwait is also, yes, okay, Kuwait has been fired upon. So the Iranians at this hour are now firing on Kuwait as U.S. warplanes are roaring through the skies of Iran, striking targets across the country. Okay, we're going to pull more updates here. You are watching this in real time. It literally happened in the middle of the Patriot missile footage. It is now underway. So the 11th, 12th straight day. All right, more explosions in Tehran. Fadak in Tehran's Narmak district, although they're saying the blast might not have been consistent with a missile impact. So at this moment, we are hearing of explosions across the country of Iran as it appears the wave of explosions is underway, and Kuwait at this hour is under attack. So the new round is underway. Bombs are falling. We have a map here of some of the strike locations. So it looks like they're opening up the coastline. Why are they opening up the coastline? They're opening up the coastline so that they can push the forces back in case we need to take those island chains. All right. So we are right now, we are reading the updates as they're coming in. And there are reports that B-1 bombers were spotted taking off earlier today. We do not know if these are the B-1s that are coming in. I'm going to do one quick sweep for the updates, and then we're going to bang out some more super chats here. So yes, they are saying 8 explosions, multiple waves of explosions in Tabriz. We do not know whether or not those were ballistic missile launches at this time or if they were bomb impacts. So we are looking at this moment. As bombs are falling. All right, hang tight. Stay with me. All right, the strikes have hit Tabriz. We can confirm at this moment Tabriz in the north has been struck. So that is likely the warplanes you heard coming in from Iraq over the Kurdish region appeared to have entered into the north and struck Tabriz. I can't believe this is literally happening in real time. All right, 6 more blasts. The second, Mashar has been hit again. 6 more blasts in Mashar coming in at real time. So the bombs are falling all over the place. They are all over the place as we continue to knock them out. We're not holding back. Trump wanted to make a point. He wanted to make it clear that the time for negotiations has come to an end. It is now time to hit these guys wherever we can find them. And it appears like that is what we are doing. So massive waves. All right, we're going to do a poll. We're going to start a poll. Should we bomb all night? Do you want to see this go all night? Let me know. Let me know. I have to check something quick as information continues to roll in. Happening in real time as this is unfolding. All right, we are going to get to some super chats now. You guys have been waiting. I'm not going to keep you waiting forever. So we have multiple, for those of you who are just joining us, we have multiple explosions underway at this time across Iran. At least 6 different locations have been hit. And also, if you haven't liked the video, do that now. If you haven't subscribed to the page, you have to be subscribed to get in the live chat. All right, we've got a gifted David Hookstead membership from Kenneth the Dickey. Thank you very much. We got Philip Isabel. No more Iran gaslight fake deals accepted. Unconditional surrender only. That is right. They had their chance. They wasted it. It is now go time. We got Wendell George, $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Bob's story for $10. Great job, David. Anxious about your situation. So for those of you who are just joining who might have missed the intro, we have a developing situation. Federal law enforcement has been notified of growing threats. We do know beyond a shadow of a doubt, we have the credible data that people in Iran tied to the government are monitoring this show. If you see any threats directed at me or anyone else, people saying they know where I live, people saying they're going to come get me, people say they're going to kill me, they're going to target my wife. If they say one thing about Dusty the dog, I need you to screenshot it and DM it to me on Instagram or X, and it's all being cataloged. It will all be handed over to federal law enforcement, and we will find those people and hold them responsible. Thank you very much for your wishes. We will do what must need to be done to stay safe. All right, Jay Charbonnet, love listening to you, bud. Do you think North Korea is supplying Iran? Also, do you think Russia will attack Poland? Do you think we will hit Pickaxe Mountain with a tactical nuke? God bless you, brother, and God bless our troops. A lot there, but $20 is $20. North Korea certainly is supplying some level of ballistic missile technology or resources or information. No question about that. Do I think Russia will attack Poland? Not in the immediate future. I think they might do sabotage missions, but not a direct incursion, or they'll fly drones in sabotage. Do you think we will hit Pickaxe Mountain with a nuke? We're going to talk about that later, so I want to save that. I made a video about that earlier today. It's an option that is certainly being discussed, but I don't think at this time it's likely. But we're going to get into that in depth. God bless you, brother. God bless our troops. Thank you very much. Travis Walton in for $50. God bless America and our troops. And you know what? Right now, guys, let's see a lot of American flags in the chat. Let's see some prayers in the chat. We have now lost a total of 18 American heroes, 4 in just the past week. We can never repay their debt, but what we can do is keep their memories alive, keep their legacy alive, and keep them in our prayers. So this is for all of them. Thank you very much for the huge super chat. Prayers for the families of the fallen. And again, for those of you joining, we'll probably start super chats at $5. When it gets super busy, we'll go up to 10, but we're going to start at 5. Give everyone a chance. Prayers for the families of the fallen. You are definitely my go-to channel. If they're watching and listening to They Should Leave while they still can. Are you talking about who should leave? The troops should leave. The troops aren't going anywhere. or if you're talking about the Iranians who are threatening, they're going to get what's coming to them. Don't worry about that. They're going to get what's coming to them, and we will take care of ourselves. Thank you very much for the super chat. We got KW, New York Upstate. I predict we will high-five ourselves in a few days after we declare another ceasefire due to the Iranians being really being serious about negotiations again. Unacceptable. There can be no negotiations. The time for negotiations has come and gone. If we bend the knee and go back to negotiations, people are going to be livid. The people watching this video are going to be livid. Americans are going to be livid. We have to avenge our fallen. We need to get the job done, and we need to end this threat once and for all. So I agree with you. I hope that doesn't happen. I know people will be livid if that does happen, and justifiably so. We got Cincinnati Ray in for $10. No message. Thank you very much. We got Slugworth, big fan of the show. Do you think if the Ayatollah peg leg is hiding under Pickaxe Mountain? There are reports coming from the Saudis. The Saudis believe the new supreme leader, Moshaba Khamenei, has already fled the country. They believe he is either likely in Russia, possibly China, seeking medical attention. I don't know, but wherever he is, we have no videos of him. We have no photos of him. We have no audio recordings of him. The Iranians are claiming he's releasing these written statements. We have no proof of that. Wherever he is being well hidden, I should say. I don't know if I can say well guarded because we don't know where he is. I know that at one point in time, the U.S. had his location. I'll speak broadly here. There were serious investigations by the U.S. intelligence that he could be at a at a hospital in Moscow in Russia. Now, whether or not that turned out to be true or not, I honestly don't know. But I don't think he's at Pickaxe Mountain because they know we're going to bomb it. And I'm going to play, that's a good time to play this video. So this is Trump talking about Pickaxe Mountain. I got to get it on the screen for you here. Good. This is a good segue to this. Then we're going to get up to more strike updates. Let's watch.
Scripps News. Thank you for the question. Do you believe that Iran has moved nuclear centrifuges into Pickaxe Mountain? And when you say we're not done yet, what is left to finish?
Well, I think that they may have. We don't have it on record. All we do is read the fake news. You know, we see the news is so wrong so many times. So, you know, maybe this one they have right, but it's okay. It doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. You're talking about the centrifuges. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. They don't have. We follow the material. That's where the action is, and we'll be hitting that area probably pretty soon. And there's not a thing they can do about it. You know, normally I wouldn't say that. If I thought they could do something about it, I would never say that. But we'll be hitting that area pretty soon, and very heavily.
So there is President Trump saying we will be hitting Pickaxe Mountain. I made a video about this earlier today, about 5.5 hours ago. I released it talking about the nuking, or if we will use a nuke for Pickaxe Mountain. So if we use a nuke, I will put this on the screen for you. There is an option on the table, and it is the B-61, which can be dropped by the B-2. And the B-2, hold on. We're getting information in. We're getting information in about the threat situation. Stay tight. Stay tight. I can't share this on the screen with you, but I just got a text message from someone about the threat situation we opened the show with. The B-61, it is a low-yield tactical nuke. Pickaxe Mountain is 300 to 500 feet, depending on where you are in the mountain range, under a granite mountain. We have the GBU-57, not strong enough. We're developing it or have built the GBU-72. We don't know if that's good enough either. That leaves the only thing we know for sure to be the B-61, which is a tactical nuke dropped by the B-2. Do I think Trump will do it? Not right now, not yet. And for those of you who don't know Pickaxe Mountain, I show it all the time on the show. This is the location, just so everyone knows what we're talking about. This is Pickaxe Mountain. So right here, top right of your screen is the Natanz nuclear facility. The red pin, this whole mountain range, that is where they are hiding their centrifuges as they continue to enrich uranium. There is not a conventional bomb on the planet that's going through 500 feet of granite mountaintop. So they would have to use the B-61. You could try to tunnel with the bunker busters like the GBU-57, and then you come in with the B-61s into the holes that they have drilled in with those bombs. So that is what everyone is watching. That is what everyone is paying attention to. You could try to take it. You could try to take it with a ground operation, but you would be putting a lot of American lives at risk, a lot of them. And that's why I don't think you're going to see a ground operation. At Fordo, there were 2 ventilation shafts at Fordo. That's what they aimed for. They put 6 GBU-57s, one after another, again, drilling the hole, so that every bomb that hits is down a little further. And that sends blast waves, shakes a bunch of stuff. I don't know about 500 feet of granite. And the exact number of GBU-57s we have in our stockpiles is believed to be less than 10. Because we use the majority of them, the vast majority of them were used for Operation Midnight Hammer. So we might not have enough right now if we had to do it today. We have hundreds of B-61s. I believe like 200 to 300 of them. So we got plenty of them. And it blows up underground. So it doesn't blow up in the air. It would blow up inside the mountain, which in theory would limit fallout. So I'm going to do a new poll right now. How should we handle Pickaxe Mountain? Hang tight. All right, how should we handle Pickaxe Mountain? Nuke it or ground operation? All right, we have, more updates coming in. We have footage of the strikes. This is Bobadon. This is the shot of the strikes. Film footage of the bombs in the aftermath. Let's watch. Listen to that shaking. Massive smoke columns. I'm going to pause that. I'm going to pause the video. Look at the smoke columns right there. Those smoke columns are absolutely huge. So we are, all right, we've got footage out of Tabriz. Oh man, you can listen to the sound of the explosions and the fighter jets here. I see we got a bunch of super chats. We're going to get to them in a second, but we got rapid updates coming in. So you can hear the explosions right there. And I'm already starting to sweat, I think. It's about 95 degrees in the room I'm in. It's brutal. All right, we are looking for more updates. We might be in for a long night of strikes. We might be in for a long... All right, we have another video. Hang tight. Yep, you can hear the bombs going off. This is Tabriz. So we are hitting Tabriz, multiple explosions. All right, we have another strike area. All right, we have multiple updates. Hold on, guys. We have multiple things happening at once here. I'm trying to get it. Hang tight. Hang tight. All right. We have 9 explosions in Parshin, Tehran. 9 explosions in Parshin, another city has been added to the target list. All right, they are rocking and rolling. They are rocking and rolling. All right, the Iranians have opened fire on our fighter jets. Iranian air defenses over Tehran are active, which means we are bombing Tehran. Tehran is being hit. Air defenses are active. They are firing at our fighter jets. Fortunately for us, and unfortunately for them, our fighter jets own the sky. Our fighter jets own the sky, and we are not afraid. We are not backing down at all. So hang tight with me here. We are waiting on more updates as they are coming in. So hang tight. Okay, we have an expanded. All right, CENTCOM's made an announcement. CENTCOM has confirmed a significant operation is underway that likely will last much of the night. So it says CENTCOM forces began striking military targets in Iran at 7 p.m. Eastern today for the 11th consecutive night. The strikes are designed to continue to degrade Iran's ability to threaten commercial shipping in Hormuz. So there it is. That is the announcement we were waiting for, and now it has arrived. Another city just got hit. Sarik along the coast has been bombed. So we're up to like 8 or 9 cities right now. We are hitting them all over the place. Hold on. We are waiting to see. Yes, it appears the B-1. We have reports that the B-1s are over Iran. There are early reports that B-1 heavy bombers, which took off, it's about a 4.5 hour flight time. We are hearing word that the B-1s, this is unconfirmed that it is the B-1s. But if it is the bombers, this is the first time we've brought the heavy bombers into the fight since the ceasefire that we know about had occurred. So we are now hearing that the B-1 bombers have arrived. It almost sends a chill down your spine. Just think about those boys and say a prayer for our boys and those bombers. Say a prayer for everyone in the fighter jets. They are doing an incredibly dangerous job. You know what? The Iranians wanted to get some, and they're getting. All right, more anti-aircraft fire. Anti-aircraft activity reported in Soanak. So northeastern Tehran province, more anti-aircraft fire as they try to engage our bombers and fighter jets. The bombers likely flying at an altitude. All right, we have footage of the air defense. We have footage of Iranians in Tehran firing what appear to be machine gun-based air defenses. Let's listen. Right there, you can hear the pops. I'll go back. Listen for the pops. So that right there is the Iranian air defenses. And again, we're gonna get to the rest of the super chats here shortly, but I don't want anyone to miss any of the breaking news. And in case you guys, this is very sad. And you know what? In fact, before I show this, I want to play something for you. We're going to talk about the Americans who were killed. What you see here on your screen, that is the building that they were reportedly in. Completely flattened. Right there. That was their housing unit. They hit them at night while they were likely asleep or barely waking up at the sounds of the sirens, trying to run for cover. So pray for their families, pray for their friends, and pray for their souls. But I do want to show you Dan Kane And guys, how lucky are we to have a guy like Dan Kane? Just a patriot through and through. He cuts through the BS. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He's a warrior. He's an incredible leader. And most of all, he honors our troops and understands the stakes that of the situation we are in. So we should all be grateful that this is a man in the room as Trump is making decisions. But he had some comments about our fallen heroes.
I'd like to begin by expressing my deep condolences and that of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the SEAC for the fallen from this past weekend and their families. Today we remember First Lieutenant Tyler Feehan, Sergeant Michael Swinton, and Private Isabel Gonzalez, and note that the names of our last fallen will be released when we can. I'm humbled daily by the profound commitment of the incredible 2.8 million Americans, just like these names that I've just mentioned, who make up our joint force and serve our nation every day. I'd like to begin.
So there is Dan Kane announcing his thoughts after 4 American heroes. And again, let's see a lot of prayers in the chat, a lot of American flags in the chat for our brave heroes. Now we're going to hit out some super chats here. David Webb gifted a membership. Thank you very much. We appreciate all our members. It helps keeps the lights on. And it is, like I said, it's brutal. Like, I don't know if you can see how hot I am. I'm also sitting in a 95-degree room. Now, I could have said, hey, I don't have AC. It's 95 degrees inside. I'm not going to do this tonight. But I'm not going to sit here and complain. Well, we got guys in F-18s and F-35s and F-22s and B-1 bombers flying across the skies of Iran, getting shot at. I'm not going to complain while we got people in Jordan, in Kuwait, and Bahrain getting bombed. They're showing up for work every day, and they're living in hellish conditions right now, doing what their country needs them to do. So if they can do that, I'm going to be here too. We got Stephen Beck for $10. Prayers for our boys and gals and the fallen. Absolutely. All right. We got Tommy Fan was definitely talking about Iran. Oh, yes, about telling them to get the F out. Yeah. Iran, if they know what's good for them, they're not going to follow through on these threats. Or, all right, we got Alan Parsons for $20. No message. We got Bob Story 645 became a member. Thank you very much. We got Half-Ass Homestead. He is a member of our elite moderator sniper team. Did a phenomenal job coming in, stepping into the breach on Sunday and cleaning up the chat in absolutely no time, along with the other guys who were helping out. So many watching. It's making it hard to keep up with the chat. However, David, you need to reiterate your reasons for why we should not nuke Pickaxe Mountain. So here's my thinking on why it is unlikely and might be a bad idea for why we should do it. Right now, there is a taboo since the end of World War II when we hit Japan with the 2 A-bombs for anyone to use a nuke for any reason other than if World War III starts and you have ICBMs from Russia flying across the ocean at American ICBMs. If we use a nuke on Pickaxe Mountain, could it work? It almost certainly would work. Russia is going to say, okay, we just got the green light to drop one on a position in Ukraine that we're struggling to hold, or that we can't beat the Ukrainians back. We'll drop a tactical nuke there. Hell, we might just nuke the capital. China is going to take one look at Taiwan and say, why bother invading? We'll just nuke them. You've got North Korea who said, hey, if the taboo's gone and the chains are off, we're using these things. We want reunification on the Korean Peninsula. We're going to drop one on Seoul. That is why you do not want the precedent to be set. And I know people are saying, well, there won't be fallout because it'll be detonated under a mountain. And there's some truth to that. There's like, there won't be a ton of casualties depending on who's in the building at the time. Definitely true. It's not the same as nuking a city. But Russia is going to race to use a tactical nuke if we do it on Pickaxe Mountain. So that is my thoughts on that. And that is why I don't think at this time there is a good chance it will happen. All right, we got American Made 24 became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. We got the Right Grim Reaper gifted a membership. Thank you very much. Calling all the shots, $100. Wow. Huge super chat. Massive super chat from Calling all the shots. Thank you very much. Didn't even have a message attached. Lyles Peterson for $10. I'd like to see us handle Pickaxe by blasting off 10 feet at a time until it's gone. If we had more GBU 57s, I mean, we can cave in. We can cave in the entrance to Pickaxe Mountain. And maybe a strategy is we cave it in, they dig it out over the course of 6 months, and we just cave it right back in. And that's what's called mowing the grass. You just keep trimming the top off, and I'm sure that's one of the plans that Trump has been presented. Let's just cave in the tunnels, and when they dig them out, we'll just cave them in again. And if we have to do that every 6 months, that's what we're going to do. But then this becomes a never-ending problem. And then you only have to be wrong one time for them to get enough highly enriched uranium out to build the bomb. And once they have the bomb, it is we're going to wake up living in a totally different world. So I am for whatever works. 74% of you, it looks like, in the poll, you want to see the B-61 be used over a ground operation. I'm going to end that poll. I don't think it's likely, but, I don't know. We are in a situation. I don't want to say anything or not. Hold on. We've got some. Okay, we've got a guy in the chat appears to have sent some threatening stuff. I appreciate someone just screenshotted it, and we are going to find this guy. And now that I have the screenshots, I am probably, well, actually, you know what? I'm not going to say what's going to happen next. We're going to leave it be a surprise. All right. We got nukes would be opening a Pandora's box. It would totally incentivize Russia. This is holy smokes for $50. This is exactly what I was saying. It would totally incentivize Russia to hit Ukraine and China to hit Taiwan with a tactical nuke. Better to test the GBU-72 and our 57s one after another, in our opinion. I could see that happening for sure. I could see that. Hold on. I could see that happening. And ultimately, that might be what happens. That might be what happens. That we have to test, we have to fire the rest of the GBU 57s and however many GBU 72s, which technically, if they're even operational, I believe is classified. I don't think we know. But yeah, I'm for whatever works. And I think finding a solution not involving nukes is our best option. We got Joel, Patria, Moab, Pickaxe Mountain. Hard to believe we can't get to the nest. Well, it's guarded by thousands of Iranian troops, and it's 500 feet under granite. So whatever we do, we're going to need a lot of firepower to get in there to make sure that the problem is solved. All right, we got more strike footage. I'm going to put this up for you all, and then we're going to get back to the super chats. You guys are coming in very hot tonight. I love the energy. If you're just joining us, there's 9,000 of you watching. How many people? But we only got 3,400 likes. We need more people liking the video to make sure the word gets out there. All right, let's watch. This is reportedly in Mashar. This is an oil refinery. An oil refinery might have been hit. There you go. Massive explosion. You can hear the bombs falling. So this is an oil refinery. The explosion was right at the beginning. Let's watch it. Right there. So it appears that we might have hit an oil refinery. We might have hit an oil refinery. That is what it looks like at this time. All right, I'm looking for more updates as they're coming in. It appears we continue to chip away at their defenses, softening up the target to make sure we can hit and hit hard. All right, we got a $20 super sticker from C. Petrie. Thank you very much. Thing with using nukes is that if Russia used them in Ukraine, I doubt they'll be as likely to overcome Ukraine as we are screwing up Iran. It also sends a message that we're willing to go far AF. That's far as the F word. Ted Bundy's Volkswagen. It's a bad idea. Right now, it's a bad idea. It's probably going to be a bad idea unless we get proof that Iran, they build one and they're about to nuke us. So there we go. I mean, that is what it is. Hold up. I'm looking at this threat assessment information. Hold up. So stay with me here. All right. We got Montgoms for $10. Thank you very much. We got Nathan Hawkins. Love what you do. Keep on keeping on, brother. God bless our troops. That's right. God bless our troops. Thank you for the nice super chat and for watching the show. Would GBU 67s with a Moab work? I don't really know, quite frankly, if any bomb... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have a GBU 67. I think you're talking about the GBU 57. A Moab is not really meant to penetrate a mountain. That's not what it's designed for. The GBU 57 and the GBU 72 are, but it's unclear how many we have, and it's unclear if they can go that far down. 500 feet through granite is a way, way, way long way you got to go. We got Keegan Blakemore. Just imagine if Putin, Trump, and Xi came to a secret agreement to let each other use tactical nukes. Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan, U.S., and Iran. Yeah, that's terrible. That's the opposite of what we want. That's why we're not going to use it, because there won't even need to be a secret agreement. They're just going to go do it. Once we do it, they're going to do it. No question at all. So that is why it's not likely. When people don't send a note with something like $100, it's because interface is confusing. Would be a good idea to highlight how to send step by step at the start of the video. So there's a money thing. Here, I'll just pull it up for you guys. If people have messed it up, I apologize. But what you do, if you want to send a super chat and get your questions answered, hang tight. I'm getting it to load. What you do is... Let me put this on the screen for you. Okay, see where the live chat is? Right here. Right here at the bottom. Hit this. You hit the money button. You go to super chat. You type your message in before you hit buy and send. Type your message in and then hit buy and send. And that'll send it. So you got to type your message in first. Then you send it. So that's how you do it. All right, we're looking for more updates. We're going to bang out some more of these. Isn't the GBU 72 a super up 5,000-pound penetrator, not a bigger GBU 57? Thought we used them against Iran's bunkers already. We still have, I don't know if we've used the GBU 72, but yes, it's the 5,000-pounder extreme penetrator. Have we used them? If we have, I think we've used, what is it, the GBU 38 and 48? Let's see if we did. Okay, so there's some reporting we might have used them on the bunkers, but it's never been confirmed. So maybe we did. but it's not been publicly confirmed. I'll show you guys what the GBU-72 looks like. It looks like this. That's the GBU-72. I actually remember making a video about that at the time when the reports were that we had used it. Hang tight. All right, we're going to bang out one more super chat, and then we're going to get back into the war updates. Angry American, $5. What about an EMP, then the Maduro raid weapons to shut off the area and going guns hot, boots on the ground? I'm going to tell you guys something. Those stories about how they had the discombobulator, that's all fiction. That's CIA, that's a CIA op. And I know that because I asked people who would know whether or not that a thing of that nature existed. As someone brought up, as I publicly saw a former Delta Force guy say, there would be no way to use that weapon without the entire Delta Force team also being impacted by it at close range. That was not real. The discombobulator has not been, that was a CIA. They want us. I don't know why they did that. That is not real. The Maduro raid was the most badass thing I've ever seen in my life. The most badass thing I've ever seen in my life. The Delta Force team went in with night vision and murked the entire Cuban security detail, grabbed him out of his bed, and then, hold on, and then just left. I mean, it was baller as hell. It was baller as hell. It was epic. Absolutely epic. All right, let's check the updates. See what we got. I'm looking. We're pulling in information. Okay, we now have confirmation that Hormuzgan, now the Iranians are saying they're not being bombed. Hold on. The Iranians are trying to claim they're not being bombed. We're watching the videos in real time. CENTCOM has made the announcement. I tell you, all these Iranians do is just lie. All right. The Iranians, well, apparently they can't even get their message straight. Omadaya has been hit. Omadaya, that is now what? 10 cities? 10 cities have been hit. As we continue to chip away and smash targets across Iran. Hold on. Okay, people keep sending me threats that are in this chat. It's absolutely insane. It is. If the Iranians think they're going to come in here and threaten us or intimidate us, I'm going to take this camera one-on-one. And I hope everyone in Iran watching this, and we know you are because we have the data. We confirmed it yesterday. We're not going anywhere. I think your leaders are absolute trash. I think they're rats. I think they're rats going down on a sinking ship. And justice will come for them one way or another. And if you think threatening to kill me or threatening other people is going to get me to shut up, then you don't know anything about me. You will be hunted down. We will hunt you to the ends of the earth. We got big, beautiful bombs. America makes a lot of cool stuff. You know what we make best of all? Bombs and planes and warships. So say all the threats you want. Nobody's going to change because we're Americans. We don't bend the knee to anybody. You don't like us? You want to threaten us? You want to try to harm us? We're digging in. I hope you bring a lot of friends. You're going to need them. Because in this country where we bleed the red, white, and blue, we would rather die on our feet than live on our knees. So bring your best shot. We're not going away. We're not being silent. And all your little IRGC friends, they know what's coming. And I hope their eyes are open. And I hope they're looking right at it when it does. because that's what the good people of this country stand for, and we are going to fucking destroy you. That's my message to all the Iranians watching this and sending their people to send the threats in the chat. We're not going anywhere. Get used to it. There's a lot more of it coming. I hope you all like that. I'm fired up now. I am fired up now. All right. Let me see what updates we got coming in. All right. We might have hit one of their nuke sites. We have unconfirmed reports that the Parshin nuclear site has been hit. It is unconfirmed. I want to stress that. We have unconfirmed reports that the Parshin site has been hit, which would represent a significant opening and widening of the target deck. All right, we now have explosions in Pardis as well, in Tehran province. So we are, I mean, it's every 3 minutes we're hearing about a new city getting bombed. I'm going to do a new poll. Stay with me. A fun one. Will you ever let the Iranians silence you? I want to see a lot of support. And again, if you're just joining us, make sure you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the page. That's the best thing you guys can do to help. If you can, and that helps us get the word out there. How are the moderators doing? Are the moderators still taking care of business? Are we taking care of business? Making sure that everyone's having a good time. So we do have more explosions. I see your super chats coming in. We are going to make sure we get to them all, but we are making sure we also don't miss any updates. All right, we have more footage of them shooting at our jets. We have more footage right now. Air defenses activated in northeastern Tehran. This was minutes ago. They are opening up on our jets and possibly our bombers. Let's watch. So you can see, you should be able to see some flashes in the sky right here at the start. Right there. You can see the rounds, that red stuff. Those are the rounds going up. Those are the rounds going up. So we are truly at this hour off to the races. Okay, yes, we have more activity in Tehran of air defenses. We're going to go slow motion here because it's a little hard to see. But you're going to see them come up right there. So that flash on the screen, that is Iranian anti-aircraft fire trying to shoot down our planes. That bright ball of light, right? See, you see them right there. They're coming up. Let's play it. That is anti-aircraft fire. So they are opening up, and now we do have confirmation. Multiple rounds of strikes are hitting Tehran. Multiple rounds of strikes are hitting Tehran at this moment. So this is absolute chaos over the skies of Iran at this moment. All right, we've got more air defense videos. They are unleashing all the air defense they got. There it is. They're firing up in the air. Multiple waves of anti-aircraft fire. Is there a second round of the anti-aircraft fire coming? You can see stuff in the sky. There it is. Is that a drone? What is that? So we are lighting them up across the board. And then right here, Western Tehran has been hit again. So they are going out of their way at this moment. 93% of you are voting in the poll. You will never let the Iranians silence you. I need to know who the 7 or 6% are that are saying that they will let the Iranians silence them. All right, we're going to bang out some more super chats. We got Brian Bice for $5. Sitting here with my beautiful girlfriend, Dessa. Been watching you for months every day. Well, thank you very much for being a big fan. Tell your girlfriend hello from me. I'm sure she's a lovely woman. The couple that watches my show together is the couple that stays together. We should do that. Oh, I have big news for you all. I actually have some big news for you all. You guys have been wanting merch. You've been wanting the Dusty the Dog shirt. Warheads on Forehead shirt, pro-America stuff. I'm having conversations now about how we can make that happen. And hopefully within the next month, we will be able to get something done where there's actual merch lines where you guys can get cool stuff. Dusty the Dog. In fact, is this a good time to bring Dusty in? Maybe this is a good time to bring Dusty in. Hold on. I can hear his little feet running around. I'll see if my wife can bring him in. All right. Another super chat. Heard specs on tactical bunker nuke is approximately 5 kiloton. Hiroshima LB nuke 15 kiloton for reference and power. Problem is Russia and rest to use nukes. That's our biggest issue. Pray for our warriors. 100% correct. Yeah, it's not super strong. It's not super strong. It's a very low yield. The B-61 is a very... Dusty's waiting to come in. Hold on. Oh, he's anxious. Oh, here he is. All right. This is the new tradition. We're going to give Dusty a treat. Look at, he's trying. There you go, buddy. Did you get it? He's got his American flag sash on still. Dusty, we're bombing the hell out of Tehran right now. He's watching my wife off screen. Dusty, what do you have to say? What do you have to say to the good people? Dusty, hey. He's distracted by it. Now he's very distracted because my wife's in the room. Hey, we're going to start selling Dusty the Dog shirts. Aw. All right, Dusty. He's fired up. So there's your Dusty. How old is Dusty? He's 14. He's 14 years old. All right, we got a $10 super sticker from John. Thank you very much. We got Eagles fan Clark. It was $2, but I'm going to let this slide. We might have to go up to a $10 minimum here shortly because we have so many of these coming in. But as a favor to Eagles fan Clark, because he's been doing a great job moderating, we're going to go, what if we use like 50 or 75 GBU 28s, then a GBU 57? I don't even think that many GBU 28s would work. I don't think it would open it up enough. 500 feet of granite is borderline. It's hard for the brain to even conceive. That's a football field. It's more than a football field and a half, right? Doing the math in my head quick. Yeah, it's more than a football field and a half of straight rock, hard rock that is not easily going to blow up. I don't think it would work. I think that I don't know what the plan is. I honestly don't. We got Shawarma Crusher. The IRGC are absolute cowards. It's no mistake. They've been avoiding targeting Israel. Yeah, it's because they don't want to invite a massive response and get sent back to the Stone Age by not just the United States of America, but they are Israel in the United States in the opening days of the war tore them apart. And they do not want that combination coming at them again. So that is why they are sitting it out right now. Although I did see that Ben Smotrich, who I think is an absolute clown, was talking about how this situation is great because only the U.S. has to fight and Israel doesn't have to do anything. Not appreciated, not a smart thing to say. We've lost 18 heroes. Making that comment days after we lost 4 heroes was so tone deaf and so stupid. It was enraging to me. No matter what you think about Israel, that guy is a clown. Smotrich is an idiot, and he should be careful about the way he speaks about the United States of America. And I'll leave it at that. When we bomb Pickaxe Mountain 500 feet deep, do you think they will eventually dig that out too, or no? I don't think the excavation equipment exists on the planet to dig out a caved out mountain that goes 500 feet deep. So no, I don't think they would be able. They certainly don't have the equipment. They have the equipment to get to some of their other sites and dig them out, but they do not have the equipment to dig out Pickaxe, and I don't even know if they have the equipment to dig out Fort O, which is obviously what we bombed during Operation Midnight Hammer. All right, we got Slugworth. Fuck the IRGC. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. We're not backing down to anybody. We're not backing down to anybody. We're damn sure not backing down to the IRGC. Absolutely not. We got Marco Demers. David, make sure the IRGC comes through Texas first. Got some 357 with their names on it. This is why I love you guys. This is why you guys are the best audience on YouTube. So many people, if they were facing threats, if they were in fear for their lives, they wouldn't get on camera right now. And you guys have a similar spirit to me, which is you want to take a shot, you best not miss. We don't cower. We don't back down. Hey, we love peace. We love peace. We don't want war. We don't want war. But when you threaten us, when you threaten the stability of the world, then we will fight. When you threaten America, when you threaten our service members, when you kill our service members, we will fight. America and Americans has always been willing to fight. So a lot of people on YouTube, they wouldn't be here right now doing this. And their fans wouldn't be coming together saying, yeah, you come for one, you come for all. But you guys are like, hey, they want to go. There's a reason we keep the Red Dawn DVD right over my shoulder. They want to have a go. We're happy to oblige them. And that's what we're going to do. And if I die, if they get me, just like in the movie Red Dawn, when the dad shouts, avenge me, that's the spirit we're going to be taking the whole way. Georgia boy off-road getting blown away, courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Absolutely. That's exactly what is happening right now. That is exactly what is happening right now. That is correct. Toby Keith is looking down from heaven right now, smiling. Joey Stevens, $10. No free first month pay. I don't know what that means. No free first month of what? I don't know what if I should be getting this and I don't know, I apologize. But I apologize. I don't know what you're referring to. All right, we have more explosions in Tehran. 5 more bomb impacts in Tehran. So 5 more bomb impacts in Tehran at this moment. And we also have more footage of air defenses. Listen to the pops at the beginning of the video. Oh, the audio went down. Hang tight. Audio down. I repeat, the audio is down. I will fix it right now. Give me 1 second. This happens sometimes when you're using StreamYard. So the audio is down for a second, but I'm going to get it right back up for you. All right. Now it should be there. Let's play it. Yeah, you can see the flashes right there on the screen. So we are continuing to hit them and hit them hard. Let's see what we got for more updates. I mean, we are bombing what feels like the entire country. All right, here we go. We might have a spotting. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure this is correct. It appears U.S. fighter jets have now been spotted over Eric or Iraq. I always butcher that one. U.S. fighter jets are in the air. They have been spotted. Multiple U.S. fighter jets are headed towards that is the location. Arak is the location of another Iranian nuclear site. Guys, we could be hitting the nuke sites tonight. Like, they might be going for broke against the nuke sites right now. Send in the fighter jets, soak up the air defense, clear the way for the bombers, and then the bombers come in and take care of business. So it appears that we are going for broke right now, getting everything we can. We are looking for more updates as they're coming in. All right, hold on. This video is crazy. They appear to have fired a missile at one of our jets. They appear to have fired a missile at one of our jets. The jet, I think, is evading. You can see the tail of it going up. The jet, I think, is making a run for it, and it evaded. The camera, unfortunately, dipped right when it would have fired its flares. I believe that that's what this is. They're going for the fighter jets. Absolutely incredible footage coming out of Iran at this moment, as it appears they did launch a missile at our fighter jets. Guys, we got a lot of new people coming in. Make sure you're liking the video. It's the most important thing you can do. Like the video, subscribe to the page. Let's get the truth out there with the mainstream media won't tell you. All right, here we go. We've got Ted Bundy's Volkswagen. This was in before we put it up to $10, so obviously you guys know the rules. I always, if you get it in before we got to go up on price just because there's too many, I still will read it. We're fair here. It says, these IRGC operatives coming into the chat to use their terminology sound like a bunch of gangsters in empty alleys. Woe to the conquered. We're not scared of these people. That's right. They're running their mouth. They think we're going to back down. They think we're going to stop what we're doing. We're not stopping anything. We're not stopping anything at all. I'm seeing a lot of American flags in the live chat. I love it. Let's see some more American flags. Half-Ass Homestead. Everyone give Half-Ass Homestead a huge round of applause, and all the other moderators. We're gonna do this in the chat, and we're gonna do this in the poll. We're gonna show the moderators some love. All right, is the chat better with our elite sniper moderator crew? Our planes can fly higher than their anti-aircraft defenses. We drop bombs at 30,000 feet, and we can park them in a single-car garage. Absolutely, especially the heavy bombers. Absolutely. The only one I would be worried about, just because I know they still have some missile systems left, as we just saw, is if I don't know if right now we're going to be flying B-52s over mainland Iran. B-52s can fire cruise missiles at standoff distance. I don't think we're going to put a B-52 over Iran proper, just because we know what happened with the F-15. And that is, the B-52 signature on radar is quite substantial. It's not like a B-2. It's not like a F-22, F-35. But yes, we have capabilities that outclass the Iranians every step of the way. No question about it. So yeah, we can hit them from altitudes that they're flak guns or whatever it is. The only thing I would be worried about is the missiles. But every blind squirrel finds a nut eventually. We got to be right every time. They only got to be right once before a tragic situation unfold. All right, we got Gene Clark became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. Accidentally hit on the poll. By the way, those anti-aircraft aren't going to do anything to the jets at 40,000 feet. That's exactly what we just said. Where Oh, I just lost the super chats. My apology. These were $5 that were all in before it went up, so obviously we're going to read them. Steve Baker claimed to have talked with 3 sources confirming the existence of a backpack-sized weapon that's directed energy. Not sure, worth a look. I'll look into it. I talked, again, a guy from Delta Force publicly stated no such weapon exists because it would screw up the operators on the ground as well. But I'll look into it and see what we can get. Figure out what we can hit and such. I'm keeping one eye on the updates as it's coming in. Just found your channel. Love what you're doing by getting the truth out. God bless our troops and God bless America. Well, thank you very much for watching and joining the live chat. Oops. Why can't they, this is James Mills, why can't they target where they shoot the missiles from all the time? We talked about this on Sunday. So a lot of the missile launches are coming from mountain tunnels. So they're pulling the launch route, clearing the safe space for them to launch, firing it, and then immediately racing back into the tunnel and then trying to pop out of different entrances. It is a mountainous country, which does present considerable challenges for this. If all their launches were out in the open, we would have ended this by day 2. They're hidden in mountains. So we're playing whack-a-mole constantly, trying to find out where these launchers are so that we are able to go get them. That's the simplest answer to your question. Could they use a B-6111 and pass it off? This is for Pickaxe Mountain, and pass it off as a GBU-57? No, because the satellites and the tools that Russia and China have, and some other countries, would pick up on the radiation, even if it was minor. They would know. They would know immediately. There would be no way to conceal it. We got Mike 6585. Real American patriots have the balls of the size of church bells. I don't. The pieces of shit IRGC have quite. Oh, I think you meant to say I doubt the pieces of shit IRGC have quite gotten that fact, but they certainly will. That's right. We're Americans. We're not going anywhere. We're not backing down. Larry Brown, I think using a nuke on the mountain is different than using it on society, and I think that will take them out of the ability to use a nuke, then we should do it rather than risk our soldiers. That's a great point. It is different. The casualties are going to be way, way, way lower than using it on a city, but Russia doesn't care. Russia's just going to say they used it, so we're going to use ours. They're not going to distinguish at all the difference between those two. Not even a little bit. That's why the nuke taboo is what it is. It is what it is. So hang tight. We are looking at the comments coming in. All right, we got George Matos, 1999. For the little guy, love you and him, bro. I have you on all day in the office. So I assume you sent that when Dusty was in here. Thank you. The support you guys show Dusty is amazing. He might be the most famous miniature pincher on all of YouTube, and all he cares about is his treats and his naps. And he loves laying on the couch with my wife and I. That's when he's at his happiest. He's got incredible energy for being 14 years old, too. We need more Dusty. We need some Dusty the dog and other emojis. I agree. I don't know how to make the emojis, but I will try to figure it out for you guys. I will try to figure it out. All right. 93% of you are voting that the chat is much better now with the moderators. So it seems like the goal of trying to get moderators to help with the chat certainly worked, and I appreciate all of them. They've been crushing it. As an ex-operator, tell the IRG cowards to come visit us. We're all packing. That's the mentality. This is what I'm talking about that makes you guys the best audience on YouTube. You're not running away from the fight. You're not living your life in fear. If the time comes, the time comes. And we'll look them right in the eye, and we'll handle business. We'll handle business. You better believe that. Travis Walton back. He had a big super chat earlier, back again with $100. United we stand. Love the show, David. Thank you very much. Cheers to you, Travis. And you are right. United we stand. The commies, the extremists, they want you to hate your own country. They want to fracture us. They want to invite the enemy inside our gates. We're not going to have it. We're not going to tolerate it. Like I said, if the IRGC wants to show up, we'll see what happens. We already got the feds looking for them. And anyone in this country who's participating in that, we will find you, and you will get the cuffs slapped on. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, I think I got two more $5 that were in beforehand, but we're doing $10 now just because we've had so many insane chats, and I don't want anyone to feel left out. Agree with your assessment of the tactical nukes. One big difference, Russia and China want that land and resources, not good. Radiated, we don't need that mountain. That's true, but I think at this point, Russia's in such a tight position in Ukraine. Putin just wants to win. Oh my gosh, we've got a major video from Kazakhstan, Iran. It looks like it is total destruction. It looks like it is total destruction. Let's watch. Look at that damage. Unbelievable. I guess the B-1s did show up. Unbelievable footage. That is, let's pull it back. Look, I mean, it's just totally, that looks post-apocalyptic. You know what? Trump gave them every opportunity. Trump gave them every opportunity to reach a deal, to come to the table. And instead, they chose the hard way. So they chose the hard way. They're getting what they asked for. They're getting what they asked for. All right. We got Red Eye. I think this is the last $5 one. Just think about how many goats will be liberated when we're done with the IRGC. You guys are going to get me in trouble. You're going to get me in trouble. You guys can guess my comments. I got to be careful with that one on YouTube. Otherwise, my channel is going to get nuked. David Webb, too bad we could never figure out how to put the titanium rods in space and guide them. This would have been a perfect way to use them. God bless and protect our troops and patriots. Yeah, if that would have been. And if we have some secret space weapons we don't know about, now might be the time to use them to take that mountain out. But you're not technically supposed to have space weapons, although we try it, Russia tries it, China tries it, even though it's not technically allowed. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, guys, do I look sweaty? Do I look like I don't have AC? Hold on. We're going to do a fun poll. Let me know. Be honest with me. Can you tell that I don't have working AC and 85-degree heat? I think I'm starting to sweat, but this is a nice Wisconsin Badgers kind of like breathable shirt, which is why I'm wearing it. But I can feel the sweat dripping down my armpits right now. All right, I forgot. We had one $5 one left, so I apologize because it was in there. From the Colin Green, Greens, the American family, AZ supports our boys fighting and bringing fury to the IRGC. Hell yeah, we do. Hell yeah. Anytime we get a shout out to the troops, we're always going to raise a toast to them because they're over there kicking ass. I don't care who the president is. I don't care what your political views are. The guys on the front line, they're doing their job. It shouldn't be about politics when it comes to the individual people fighting. It's about keeping this country safe and doing their job and executing their job and crushing the enemy no matter where the enemy might be. All right. We got Trent for $20. Donald Trump, when he spoke about Pickaxe Mountain, used certain words. Don't quote this as word for word specific. He implied he was going to take the mountain or seize the mountain in his public address on the matter. So for those of you just joining us who might not have seen it, and I actually have two videos to show you because we have a lot of new people coming in, and I think it's important that we get all the information to you guys. President Trump was asked about Pickaxe Mountain today after I posted my video, and this is what he had to say. Let's watch.
President, Haley with Scripps News. Thank you for the question. Do you believe that Iran has moved nuclear centrifuges into Pickaxe Mountain? And when you say we're not done yet, what is left to finish?
Well, I think that they may have, we don't have it on record. All we do is read the fake news. You know, we see the news is so wrong so many times. So, you know, maybe this one they have right, but it's okay. It doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. You're talking about the centrifuges. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. They don't have. We follow the material. That's where the action is, and we'll be hitting that area probably pretty soon. And there's not a thing they can do about it. You know, normally I wouldn't say that. If I thought they could do something about it, I would never say that. But we'll be hitting that area pretty soon, and very heavily.
So that was Trump's comments on Pickaxe Mountain. And then I also want to show you this. Hookstead was asked point blank today if the Chinese and the Russians are helping Iran. And I've talked about this at length ever since this, even before the war started. I was making videos about how the Chinese and the Russians were flooding weapons into Iran, about how Russia was sending air defenses into Iran, shoulder-fired missiles into Iran. They were sending helicopters. Russia sent Iran attack helicopters when it was clear we were going to bomb them in case we tried to put troops on the ground. So Russia gave Iran attack helicopters to kill U.S. troops. And anyone who thinks that Russia is our friend or our ally needs to get their head checked, because that is simply not true. All right, let's watch what he had to say.
Are Russia and China helping Iran? And if so, how?
Well, Senator, as the chairman alluded to, there's definitely adversary alignment, attempts to do so, and there are many ways that we deter that, some of which are, and the depth and extent of it ought to remain classified, and it should, but there are ways in which both of those countries are limiting at different levels, enabling some of the things Iran is doing, yes.
So there is Pete Hookstead confirming publicly that the Russians are indeed helping Iran as this war continues. The Russians and the Chinese, not just helping, but helping in a significant way, which, again, I've talked about at length. You guys all know this. You're the smartest people on YouTube. So that's not a surprise to anyone. All right, we got Stuart NYE, became a member. Thank you very much. We got $20 from the Aussie for Dusty. Well, we'll get Dusty some treats. Dusty's going to have so many treats. Right now, Dusty's in really good shape. He's a skinny 14-year-old dog. With how much you guys are sending dedicated to his treat allowance, he's going to have more treats. He's going to blow up. He's going to go from weighing 12 pounds to weighing 30 pounds, and then I'm going to get to call him a chubby boy all over the house, which I already call him anyways. But I love when he's running around the house because he has so much energy. I just call him the chubby boy. Where's the chubby boy? I don't know if my wife finds it entertaining or not, but I certainly get a laugh out of it. George Hansen for $10. Just carpet bomb the whole damn mountain and foul the air vents. Well, I think taking out the vents and taking out the entrances at a minimum is what they're going to do. Is at a minimum what they're going to do. Okay, we got the best military planners on the planet. One way or another, we are going to figure out a way to get this done. We have no choice. We don't have a choice. We have to do it. As long as Pickaxe Mountain is intact, Iran will always have the ability to build the bomb. It's just that simple. So we're not going to let them do it. We are going to figure out a way. Now, this is a crazy footage tonight. Hold on. Out of Tehran. Absolutely insane footage of their anti-aircraft fire streams going up. Look at all that gunfire. So they are firing, but unlikely. We knew they fired a missile The fighter jet appeared to successfully evade that missile, and they are relying mostly on the flak fire, on the machine gun type fire, which has no chance of hitting planes that are flying that high up in the air. All right, we've got Mary Ann Clark Peterson. David, you're a great patriot. Love your channel. You're our go-to up-to-the-minute news. Keep up the great work, and God bless and protect you and your family, Trump and our troops. Well, we're always praying for the troops. We're always praying the troops are safe, and we're praying they all make it home. We want all of our boys, all of our women, all the brave heroes wearing the uniform to come home. We lost 4 of them this week, or in the past 7 days, late last week. And I'll tell you, and I've experienced it firsthand, when a family member is killed, it is not my family member, but I know people who it happened to, and I've watched how it changes them. It's something you never get over. It changes you fundamentally as a human. So we are praying for those 4 families. We are praying for the souls of the 4 heroes whose last act in this life was fighting and sacrificing for this country. So thank you very much. And I hope all of you pray for our brave heroes as well. All right. Michael Lisbell, thoughts on flamethrowers and Zippo tanks being used in a ground invasion for Pickaxe Mountain? America used this war strategy with similar situations when we took Iwo Jima in World War II. I think flamethrowers are technically a violation of the Geneva Convention now. And we got some beautiful tanks. We got the Abrams. We can roll up, but they got 1,000 troops or so. I think a little more than 1,000 troops guarding Pickaxe Mountain. That's a lot of people in one area. So you'd have to bomb all around it. If you're going ground operations, you got to bomb all around it, clean up as much of it as you can, and then you likely go in with a helicopter or some kind of airborne assault, take the area, and then go to work. I don't think you'll ever see the U.S. use flamethrowers ever again, if I had to guess. Crazy things do happen, but I would not expect that. But thank you very much for the super chat. All right. I'm looking for updates while we bang these out. Dean Graham, we know 100% nuclear is in whatever mountain. If so, decimate everything around within 100 miles, then walk in with air patrol watching all. Just take one mountain and physically obtain it, then negotiate it. Well, that's pretty much kind of the plan for Esfahan, which is where they have like 800 pounds of the highly enriched uranium, the weapons grade uranium at Esfahan. They're making a lot of it at Pickaxe Mountain, but they have it. They have the stuff that's already made at Esfahan, and that is what you're going to have to do to take either of those sites. You're going to have to set up a zone, a security perimeter with air power, kill anything that tries to get into it, and then either go in on the ground and destroy it, or hope you can bring in enough bomb power. But then the Iranians, they're going to descend, and at some point, it just becomes a numbers game. Can your bombers keep them back? I will say in the poll, 71% of you voted that I do not look sweaty. 29% of you voted I do look sweaty. It's going to cost, we had the guys come today. It's going to cost $4,000. That's on top of the $12,000 I spent last year when my AC broke, although for a very different reason, and the damage was much more extensive. We got Augie's Corner, $20. God bless our troops. Thank you very much. Hold on one second. That's absolutely right. God bless him. My husband and I are here, David, locked and loaded. God bless our troops. That's Susan Jackson for $10. I'm loving the patriotism out of you guys tonight. You guys are crushing it with the patriotism, and that makes it very, very fun for me to be here. Very fun to be here. All right, what are we doing? I'm looking for updates. Looking for updates. I am hot as hell. But I'm not going anywhere. I can't go anywhere. We're in this together. I don't care if I sweat. I don't care if I sweat clean through my shirt. Does not matter to me. All right, I'm pulling updates as they're coming in. All right, Tehran has been bombed again. Another wave of bombs has hit Tehran. So Tehran has been hit again. As the bombs continue to fall at this hour, we are clearly looking to escalate. We are clearly looking to send a message that we are no longer interested in negotiating. And I'm going to put this up on the screen. At this moment, there's not a single plane up in the skies of Iran. There's not one plane up. We have seen even the escape flights, even the flights from Russia and China, not one plane is airborne. Guys, am I lagging a little bit? Let me know in the chat if the video is coming through. Let me, no planes on radar, which means we have complete and total control of their airspace. Let me know if the video's good. I thought I just caught it lagging a little bit. It's probably because my computer's overheating. I saw someone say get a Costco swamp cooler. Oh, I've had those. Doesn't work. Doesn't work where I live because we have DC. The humidity here is so out of control. So out of control. It's absolutely brutal. So we're doing what we can, but it's not easy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's not easy, and it's definitely not fun. But I'm not going anywhere. We're not giving up. We're not quitting. We're going to make sure we stay in the fight so that all of you can get the news. But at this time, there's not one plane in the air over the skies, one Iranian plane on radar. Our planes obviously are all over Iran. Our planes are probably flying, laughing their asses off as they're trying to shoot them down with flat guns. David, we can use a USA tunnel boring machine. We could drill anywhere on Pickaxe Mountain. I like how you said pick-ass and not pickaxe. I'm sure you did that on purpose. Let's kick the doors open. Well, we're going to do something. That much I can guarantee you. We are going to do something. Half-ass Homestead. Guys, again, give him a round of applause. He kind of spearheaded this moderator movement, and you guys are loving the revamped chat with the moderators who are just crushing it. Our military shuts off their transponders when they are over country. Yeah, of course, which is what I just said. Yeah, you're not going to see our fighter jets anywhere on this map. But what's interesting is we've watched the map a lot of nights, and you see planes still coming in from Russia. You see planes still coming in from China. You see planes going to unknown locations, the bunker regions in the mountains. None of those planes are showing up on radar. That does not mean they are not in the air. It just means that they are not, their transponders are off. And our military always keeps their transponders off when they're taking the fight to the enemy. All right, we got White Wolf 321. David, that footage of the useless Iranian anti-aircraft fire reminded me of the 1942 Battle of Los Angeles, where we fired on a UFO over LA. The technology difference is like ants versus our boot. Yeah, you're talking about the famous incident where we had a lot of anti-aircraft fire over Los Angeles. I don't know if it was ever confirmed it was UFOs. It could have been a miscommunication, or maybe they thought it was the Japanese. I don't know. But that is true that we had anti-aircraft fire go up in 42, and people had no idea what the hell was going on or what they were even shooting at. And they obviously did not end up shooting anything down. All right, we're going to check for more updates as they're coming in. Let me check something quick. See what we've got coming in. As the combat. All right, we have an updated strike map. So these are the sites, and I'm probably going to butcher some of these names with my pronunciations, so I apologize for that. These are the sites that have been hit. Tabriz, Mashahar, Parshin, which is the nuke facility, Bene, Bandar Abbas, Pardis, Shabahar, Beheban, Eastern Tehran, Western Tehran, Kangavar, and Bashir. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different locations inside Iran have been hit. 12 have been hit. So they are, again, lighting them up across the board right now. Here we go. We're getting updates in. Checking my phone. Checking my phone. Hold on. I'm just making sure the information I'm seeing is correct. All right, we're looking for more updates as we are rolling in here. We're checking them, seeing what we got. As we continue, the bombs continue to fall. We might have some more updates here from CENTCOM. So we are hearing that what has been hit are operation centers, aircraft hangars. It's kind of crazy. We're still hitting aircraft hangars, logistics infrastructure. So that is reportedly what is on the target list at this time. As things continue to unfold. So again, guys, we got a lot of new people joining. Make sure you like the video. And if you see any threats in the chat, we talked about this at the start of the video, due to increased threat analysis and threat status that, again, the authorities have been made aware of and are monitoring. But we need screenshots so that we can see the usernames, they can find out who these people are, and bring them to justice. We also have credible information that the Iranians are watching this. So if you see any threats in the chat, especially if you're a moderator, screenshot it before you delete it. We need the screenshots to hand over to the authorities so that we can find out who these terrorist sympathizer thugs are and bring them to justice. So we are looking for more updates as they're rolling in. I'm checking everything we got. I mean, I did not expect that when we got on tonight, this situation would get this hot, this fast. As the bombings okay, this is, I think we played this earlier, but now we know where it is. This is the Missile City. So this is footage. We are now learning that this is footage of them hitting the underground missile facility. So we are hitting their underground missile bunkers, it appears. All right, we got some more super chats. I hope this and the recent deals made between the Middle East countries are the end of our involvement in the region. I'm sick of paying for it, time and money and lives. If we get rid of Iran, you don't just get rid of Iran. You get rid of Hezbollah, you get rid of the Houthis, you get rid of the PMF in Iraq, you get rid of Hamas in Gaza. So all the groups that are causing all the problems that cause us to be dragged back in, they'll all be gone. You will see normal relations. And here's a fun fact for everyone. Saudi Arabia and Israel behind closed doors work together all the time. All the time. Israeli warplanes were helping the Saudis bomb that airport with intel coordination. They had an intel plane up when the Iranians and the Houthis tried to land at it in Yemen. Once Iran is gone, everything in the Middle East will come to a nice, clean conclusion. It might take a little time. Syria is doing better than I think people thought post-Assad. The best thing we can do is get rid of Iran. It'll be in the best place it's been in generations, and then we can leave and focus on the big one that's coming, and that is China. As crazy as all this is, at the end of the day, it all comes back to China. And that is what we should be focused on. That is what we need to be preparing for. Because we do not want to be caught with our pants down when the big one against China kicks off. And I also want to put this up on the screen for y'all. There is a fan account that has popped up. I'm going to put this up on the screen. There's a fan account that has popped up that says the handle is at Best of Hookstead. I haven't been able to figure out yet who's running it, but I have it narrowed down to maybe a list of 7 or 8 people. It's really funny. It's really entertaining. It kind of makes fun of me a little bit, but I really enjoy it. So you guys should go give that a follow. I think that you guys are going to like it. There's some old embarrassing photos of me, but it is what it is. There's some clips on there, and like right there, you can see a clip. Let's see where the old photos are. Yeah, there's me with a saw in Las Vegas at the gun range. I don't know where the person running this account is finding these photos, but that is me in Las Vegas with a saw. So definitely check it out. It is funny, for sure. People want to know if the fan account posts Dusty the dog. I don't know if it does. I'll have to actually go look. All right, let me see what we got. We're following the updates as they are rolling in. Hang tight. Hang tight, everyone. All right, we got a couple more super chats here. Looking at the target map, we already destroyed everything closer to the strait. That's what this operation is about, right? They got weapons that far and accurate, or are we just digging in? We're not just trying to hit we're trying to push them all the way inland. We want to clear the entire coastline and this is a prediction I'm going to make. Now, this obviously could change depending on what happens. This could change. My assessment, my theory of the plan is they're going to push them all the way back off the coastline, and then they're going to take some of those island chains. They're going to take Keshem. They're going to take Karg. They're going to take a handful of, they're going to take Lark. They're going to take those island chains, and that'll be our biggest chip in negotiations. And essentially, at that point, we can say, hey, get rid of all of your enriched uranium, dismantle all your nuke facilities, and we'll give you your islands back. That is what I think is going to happen. Again, it's a prediction. I don't know if that is what is going to actually occur. Things can change, but that is my guess. So now we are holding all eyes are now on the Iranian response. We are all waiting to see what the Iranian response is. All right, we got Kevin Ritchie for $50. No comment. Thank you very much, Kevin. And remember, guys, if you're going to send a super chat, type your comment first, then hit send. Don't hit send thinking you can then type a comment. I'm not saying that's what Kevin did here. But type your comment first, then hit send. That way, I think some people misunderstood that, but that's the way to do it. Edward Griffin, Dusty Tees for the mods. Love the channel, David. Best war news on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Edward. $20. That's a good idea. I'll ask my mom if in the short term she can make some more Dusty the Dog shirts for the moderators. And I am going to try to do a giveaway for free. It'll be totally free. Somebody out there will get a Dusty the Dog shirt. I just have to figure out a way to do it so I can verify the identity of whoever is going to win. All right, we got Crazy Planet for $50. Thank you very much. That is huge. Keep hitting them hard. We all stick together. We got your back, David. God bless our troops and President Trump. We got your back too. Thank you very much, Crazy Planet. Huge, huge super chat. And I know you guys have my back. That's why I felt comfortable telling you what was going on, asking you to help me. Hey, if you see this, let me know. If you see these threats from the Iranians in the chat, let me know. Screenshot them and send them to me. We're going on offense. We're not playing defense. We got the boys in the plains taking care of business. We're going to take care of business here. We're going to do our part here to make sure if there's anyone in this country that we can find that is aligned with the IRGC threatening people, we're going to find out. We're going to get that information, and we are going to make sure justice is served, and that is what we are doing. That is why I felt comfortable revealing that to you. I did talk to a couple people throughout the day about how I was going to bring this up on the show. I'm in a group. I can't really get into specifics of it, but it's not a big group. It's a very small, tight-knit group, very, very smart people, and we addressed that there, and then I made the decision. Ultimately, the decision is mine to make, to come here and tell you. And I made the decision, we're going to go public with this, and we're going to let people know what's going on. And that way, if I disappear or something bad happens to me, you guys know what happened. And you guys can continue the hunt for truth and the hunt for justice. So thank you very much for the awesome super chat. All right, been members since beginning of this war. My AC went out before in Texas, so understand the heat has made you angry, but you let these scuzzbags have it. Support you all the way. I just accidentally bit my lip, by the way. Patty Masters, 12th man. I apologize that your heat went out in Texas. That sounds terrible. That sounds absolutely terrible. Humidity is off the charts in D.C., and this is the second summer in a row. Second summer in a row where my AC's gone out. It got so bad last summer because some moron took a nail gun and blew out my refrigerant lines, and that turned into a whole thing, a very expensive fuck up, for lack of a better term. And our Dusty, who you guys know and love, 13 years old at the time, it was 101 degrees, and inside it was only a couple degrees lower. And I was like, no, we need to get Dusty. Had to be taken to a secondary location with my wife. I stayed behind with the studio to keep filming, but Dusty was moved to a second location with my wife. They stayed there pretty much, I think, up until the moment the fix was done. It took a week. It took more than a week, if I remember correctly. So it was brutal, and my number one priority was that my wife, then fiance, and Dusty were safe and not getting heat stroke. So we moved them to a different location. And it was tough. All right, we got a lot of super chats we're going to bang out here. Remember, guys, we're doing $10 and up. David, 1,000% right about China. Lots in chat saying we should use our real tech. No, we don't need our high-tech weapons to smash Iran. It would be a mistake to show our super tech hand to China. I can tell you, great point. We have weapons. Hold on, I got to get this. I cut my lip. I cut my lip. I'm bleeding. I'm literally bleeding on the inside of my lip. We have weapons that the public does not know about, and we have capabilities the public does not know about that are absolutely not just exquisite, but shocking in what they can do. And the government doesn't make a big deal about it. They don't talk about it. They don't make it known. And so we have that capability. We're going to continue to hit on that capability. And we are going to, it's a good idea to not use those weapons because we don't want to show our hand to China. before we have to. Hold on. I'm checking something coming in. All right. We got a $20 from Inspirational Hopscotch super sticker. Thank you very much. Let me buy you and the missus and mascot some ice for what you've been going through with no AC. Thanks for what you do, and God bless the USA. Well, thank you very much. If they can't get it fit, well, the problem is the parts. They have to order new parts for my HVAC unit, and it could take up to 2 weeks. That's what they said today. It could take 2 weeks for the parts to come in, and that is going to be brutal. We might have to move Dusty again to a secure location, an undisclosed location where he can sit his little 14-year-old butt down and soak up some AC. All right, we got Keegan Blakemore. You should have some sort of notification for people coming in late to let them know if the super chat has risen to $10 or 10 plus. You know what? That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I should have done that. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do that right now. I should have done that before. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Whoops. Well, now it is. Now my computer is. All right. So I just put that in so that everyone knows. All right. What do we got going on? We are waiting, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment. We are waiting for the Iranian response. If there's going to be one. Maybe they got hit so hard. All right, we've got new footage. I'm going to put this on the screen. This appears to be an IRGC base that has been taken out.
Whoa. Whoa.
That is reportedly an IRGC site that has been eliminated. I mean, they are getting their teeth kicked in right now. There is no way around it. There is no way around it. The Iranians are getting hit unbelievably hard at this moment. All right, we actually have another angle of the IRGC location. You can see the destruction. I mean, I'm almost at a loss for words. Just unbelievable footage. This is crazy. What is unfolding at this moment? All right, we now have an updated strike map. Look. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It appears we have 12 locations that have been hit. So 12 locations have been knocked out. And then right here, we got $10. If we have destructive lasers, why are they not being used? Well, again, it goes back to, do we really want to show off the best tech that we have at this moment? 14. So you guys are saying 14 sites have been hit? Did I miscount that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe I can't see it, or maybe they're stacked on top of each other. So 14 sites have been hit. And now all eyes, 15. People are now saying 15. It's we're sending, this is not just about strategic targets. This is about sending a message. This is about sending a message. And this is the stuff no one else in the media is willing to cover and just be blunt and honest with you guys in this fashion. So I'm loving it. We're punching them in the mouth. We're not going to apologize for it. We're not going to lose 1 second of sleep over it. So I'm seeing a lot of people saying 15 sites have been hit. So hold on. I'm looking for what we got. I'm now hearing it could be up to 17. We are looking for updates as they're coming in. I'm going to do a new poll. Should we hit more sites? Let me know in the comments below. Already sent you a $5 chat. Wanted to let you know Jonathan and Prosper are here. Thanks for keeping us updated, and thanks for being a great man to yourself and your wife. Love you and appreciate you. Well, I love you guys. I love you, Jonathan. I hope Prosper's doing well. I love everyone who takes time out. I know how busy you guys are. You got families. You got jobs. You got stuff to do. But we're coming together as Americans, plus our international viewers, to make sure we know what's going on, and we're showing support to the boys who are up there taking care of business. Oh my gosh. Look at these photos. So thank you very much for the super chat. That is awesome. Look at these photos. This is the Beckerian garrison has been completely annihilated. Look at those smoke columns. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. They are just knocking them out, one target after another. And I think the U.S. has likely, we don't have indications that more bombs are coming. So now we are in a holding pattern to see where Iran will try to launch their ballistic missiles. Again, if they can even get them off at this point. I'm just stunned. What a night to live stream. 98% of you are voting. You want to see more sites get hit. You want to see more sites get taken out. I agree with you. Don't stop until we have victory. That's what we need to do. Hold on. I'm just looking at information coming in. As we continue to roll out strike packages for the 11th straight day against Iran. But we are keeping a close eye on everything that is happening. Stay with me. Hang tight. Do you think, hold on, I'm going to do a new poll. All right, do you think Iran will respond tonight or wait? That is the new poll that is up. We got clarification on my Rod comment saying if we could have figured out, we could have dropped them from high altitude. Props to the fan family for figuring out the Jason Bourne connection. God bless our troops and patriots. David David Webb is back as always. Yeah, I mean, guys, I wish I could tell you. Here's what I won't do that 99% of the lamestream media does. They sit there and act like they know for sure what's going to happen, and they're almost always wrong. They're almost always wrong. I don't know how we're going to handle Pickaxe Mountain. I don't know. And I'm confident enough in myself to admit to you all when I don't know. So I'm open to hearing any ideas, any suggestions, no bad ideas. And we can workshop this as a group, make predictions as a group. But it's a massive problem. But you know what? You said, God bless our troops and our patriots. We'll always cheers to that. We'll always cheers to that. David Webb, one of the biggest supporters of the show. Signature Solar can hook you up with a 7-panel Premier mini split system for $3,500. No electric needed. I looked into the mini split system. My sister actually just put in a mini split system into her house. I probably should have done more research. I'm just in a situation where it's like, I want this thing fixed. It's a little complex, a little complicated, but if I move, and a mini split is an option, I would seriously look at it. I spoke to my brother-in-law on the phone today about it actually, and he's all for it. His mini split was a little more than that because I think just where they live well, I'm definitely not going to say where they live. I'm not even going to tell you what state they live in due to the threats we're getting, but let me know, Half-Ass Homestead, if you enjoy having if you have a mini split, which I assume you do, after that comment. Let me know if you like it over the traditional HVAC. We got Gary Schreibe, 5712, just an idea. Maybe do a fundraiser for a wounded warrior every 2 weeks. I enjoy the show. Side note, 2 bunker busters followed by a Moab 3 seconds apart on Pickaxe Mountain. That's a lot of firepower. You can blow a lot of shit up that way. I don't even think that would get it done. Again, we're talking about 500 feet of granite. 500 feet of granite. You know what? Actually, I wonder if you could actually figure this out. I'm gonna actually see if I can get an answer to this. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how much actual ordnance you would need. Yeah, I don't think you're not going to be able to find a direct answer. I just don't think that'd be enough. We got Francisco Flores. I'm from Mississippi. I appreciate your hard work. I'm so thankful for Donald Trump taking care of business. Thank you very much for the super chat. I've only been to Mississippi one time in my whole life. It was almost a decade ago. I went down there for a football game. I loved the state of Mississippi. I loved Oxford, Mississippi. I loved the good people of Mississippi. There's a story I will tell someday, maybe, about Mississippi. That day is not today. But I enjoyed the people I went with. I enjoyed the people I met. Mississippi is full of some of the best people in America. And I would go back to Mississippi in a heartbeat, to go to another Ole Miss football game for sure. Do you foresee President Trump using thermobaric weapons against Iran? Could, to cave in some tunnels. When we were hunting bin Laden in Tora Bora, we were dropping thermobaric weapons all over the place. They actually now have thermobaric grenades. They call them T-bangers. It's a little something, I don't know how many people know that, but yeah, we have thermobaric grenades that are carried by special operations units called T-bangers that are devastating weapons. The grenades are devastating, and then we have the big old bombs that we drop as well. I don't know how a thermobaric grenade would do on these kind of systems that are that far down. I know in Tora Bora, when they were hunting bin Laden, they were dropping them all over the place. I feel like if that was a good option, we already would have done it. And the fact we didn't probably means they don't feel it's a very effective weapon. So, but No option is off, or no option should be off the table. So we are looking to see if there are any updates at this time as we await an Iranian response. 65% of you are saying you think that Iran will respond tonight. 35% are saying you think they'll wait possibly till tomorrow. We got Martin from Marty. Keep up the awesome work, keeping us up to date. You're awesome. Well, thank you very much. You're awesome too, Marty. All of you guys watching this are awesome. As I always say, you're the best people on YouTube. It's not even close. You guys are what make this so much, just so much joy in doing this, and you make it a great time for me. Sent you 2 videos. Unsure if you've already seen them. In the Wall Street Journal just published an article. Trump approves landmark nuke deal with Saudi Arabia in big win for the kingdom. I did see that. I didn't read the details. I saw it come up on Twitter when I was on here. I saw and I haven't seen your videos. I'm talking about the nuke deal. Yes, we have reached a nuke deal with Saudi Arabia. So that is true. I will check out your videos when I'm off the stream. I know we're at $10, but I got to throw Eagles fan Clark a bone here because he's a moderator and he's doing a great job of being a moderator. He already caught what looks like one threat already. My moderator team, they're SEAL Team 6 snipers out here. Nobody's getting away from them. You come in here and cause problems, these moderators, they'll drop the hammer. You might get a warning. And to be clear, I want to make clear so everyone understands. You are allowed to have any opinion you want in here. You can call me an idiot. That's fine. You can disagree with everything I say. That's fine. The moderator's job is to get rid of people who spam the chat with nonsense over and over and over again. And it's to get rid of people who have been in here putting in threats about killing people, kill lists, and all that stuff. And they've done an excellent job. I like a fun debate. I like shit talking. I like, busting each other's chops. That will be tolerated forever. And I don't care if you don't like me and you hate everything I say. We're never going to ban that. But when you start threatening people and that, you're going to be taken care of. So Eagles fan Clark actually did the math. So he says, I did the math. 15K GBU 28 goes 20 feet into hard granite. 500 feet is the depth you're looking at, roughly 30 GBU 28s. So that would be for one spot. This mountain range is huge. It is huge. And the facility goes deep. So you'd have to do that in probably 30 or 40 different spots. So multiply. So you'd be looking at what? 900 GBU 28s if you're going to use the GBU 28. Because again, we're talking about a mass that is unbelievably big. It's not just one spot in one part of the mountain. It crawls the mountain out, and you got to get all of it. You got to get all the centrifuges. So what Eagles fan Clark is saying here is that 30 GBU 28 in one spot could go through the 550 feet, which is good to know. Do you have an opinion about Trump's criticism of the E-Malls catapult? Is that the catapult on the aircraft carriers? I haven't seen it, so I don't know what he said. I will look it up after the live stream and figure it out. All right, Half-Ass Homestead is back. He's got a little bit of a different math calculation. He says the GBU 28 can penetrate 200 feet. A GBU 57 should reach 300 feet. 4 or 5 GBU 57s in succession should reach 500 feet through granite. So if that's the numbers, that's the numbers. The question is, how many GBU 57s do we have left? Because some reports are indicating it could be 10 or less. And if we got to hit multiple spots, can we get them all with our GBU 57 stockpile? I don't know. I'm asking a serious question because I do not know the answer. But Half-Ass Homestead is putting the numbers out there for you to see right there. All right, we're looking to see what updates we got coming in as we are following the bombings. Okay, hold on. Iran is saying they are going to strike back tonight. So the IRGC says operation to punish the American aggressor is still ongoing. More details of significant strikes against the U.S. will be published soon. So the IRGC is saying the strikes that they are going to strike tonight. So we're going to hold here for a little bit, see if those strikes actually come through or not, and then go from there. So we will see. The IRGC is saying they intend to strike back tonight. But of course, it's the IRGC. Take what they say worth a grain of salt. I'm looking for updates as we wait to see. Now that the bombings appear to have briefly hit a standstill, let's check the airspace of Iran. If they were going to try to evacuate somewhere, now would be the time to go. So right there, it appears still no planes on radar, right? That's the important part, on radar. They definitely could be flying without their radar on or without their transponder on. So that is a look at the map right now. All right. We got a new member of the channel. Remember, guys, membership link is in the description box of the video. Everything you guys give goes back into the show. We're trying to make this out to be as great as we can. And I did talk to some people today to see if we could figure out a way to have fans send stuff in to be featured in the background of the show. So we've got some space. We've got the camo sign. We got the 50 cal bottle opener, Badgers, Lions, Jack Carr's books, Yellowstone flask, Badgers ball, camo helmet, Red Dawn, Band of Brothers. I want to do something where we give people the opportunity to send stuff in that then can be put on the shelves. All right, we got Philly, Shy Steak, multiple cities hit, but no Pickaxe. Is Trump still hoping for a deal? Seems to be pulling punches again. Well, I think the reason they haven't hit Pickaxe yet is because they haven't made a decision on how they're going to do it. They haven't made a decision on how they are going to hit Pickaxe Mountain. So they're not going to do it until we know we've got the perfect plan crafted up, which might not be just yet. I think tonight's strikes were the biggest we have seen in a long, long time. So we are sending a message, and we're hitting them hard. Rodney Rupert, $10. Hey, David, hope all is well. I haven't posted in a while. The way Pickaxe Mountain is being described sounds like the U.S. government would have to build a world engine like in Man of Steel. I got a runny nose and all this heat. I'm still... Hold on. We got something going on. Hold on. We have a developing situation. You need to... Hold on. Stay with... We have a... I got to mute myself. We have a minor crisis. Hold on. Hold on. My wife just stepped in. I need to do something. We are getting information in now at this time. Hold on. Stay with me. All right, we're cleared. We're cleared hot. We are cleared hot. Hold on. Can you hear me now? I had to mute my mic briefly. Dusty, people are asking if Dusty is okay. Dusty is safe. Let me know if you can hear me, because I had to mute my mic. I want to make sure you guys... Sorry, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. First time I've ever had to mute my mic during the live stream because I didn't know. We couldn't risk information being shared to the internet that had not been. We'll just leave it at that. So, can you hear me? Let me know if the audio is still good. All right, so it looks like the audio is still good. All righty. People are saying the boss is home, go hide. Yeah. I don't remember seeing Man of Steel, the Superman movie. Was that the Costner? What's the actor's name? I should know this. Henry Cavill. Oh, I did see that. I don't remember that part of the movie. But I should go watch it again. Yeah, I mean, Pickaxe Mountain is described as the most fortified mountain location in the world. Is it actually? Probably not. NORAD, what is the mountain that NORAD is at? Cheyenne Mountain. Cheyenne Mountain can take multiple direct nuke hits. That might be the actual most heavily fortified. And I do want to put this on the screen because I don't know if we've had the opportunity to show their photos. So I'm going to put this on the screen for you all right now. These are the 3 heroes. I hope I'm not lagging. These are the 3 heroes that were killed, that have been publicly identified. The force identity is being held for this time. Private Isabella Gonzalez, 19 years old, of Texas. Sergeant Michael Swinton, 30, of North Carolina. And Tyler Feehan, 25, of Hawaii. These are the 3 Americans that were killed. Gonzalez and Feehan were killed in Jordan. Swinton killed in Iraq. Ages 30, 19, and 25. And I got to tell you guys, it crushes my soul. It just crushes my soul. And what really is hard for me to stomach is Isabella Gonzalez was 19 years old. 19 years old. Stop and think about that for a second. Stop and think about 19. Do you remember what you were doing at 19? I remember what I was doing at 19. I was running around in college behaving like a jackass. And Isabella Gonzalez was defending this country at the age of 19, and it cost her her life. She'll never get the opportunity to grow old. She'll never get the opportunity to have kids, be a mother. She never was even legally old enough to buy a beer. And let me be clear, all 3 of them are tragic. All 3 of them are heartbreaking. But 19 years old. It goes to show what incredible people these people are. That at that age, and there's a lot of 18-year-olds who go in the military. I think there's still 17-year-olds. Let me know if you can still join at 17 with your parents' permission. It's just brutal. Look at the life in her eyes. Look at the life in all 3 of their eyes. I look at Tyler Feehan with his mustache, and I can tell that guy and I would have been great friends. I can look at Michael Swinton with that smile on his face and tell that guy probably lit up every room he walked in. And I can look at Isabella Gonzalez and see a 19-year-old who would have made just an incredible impression on this world if she had the next 60 years in front of her. And instead, those 3 are no longer with us. So we are praying for their families. We are praying for their souls. We are praying for everyone they left behind. And on behalf of a grateful nation, that can never repay them, we will do whatever it takes to make sure they are never forgotten. So if you have a glass in front of you right now, I would ask you to raise a toast to Gonzalez, Swinton, and Feehan, who gave the last moments of their life defending this country. So I'm trying not to get emotional. I'm trying my best to not get emotional because it is just brutally, brutally sad. All right, we're holding to see. Hold on, there's firing again. It looks like the attack might not be over. Renewed air defenses are now going into Iran. So we might now have more planes up in the air. Yes, okay. We are hearing air defenses are back on. Multiple areas near Tehran, east and south, and Mojariah, including explosions in the Mojariah region. If the Israelis just entered the fight, it was supposed to be over, but now we're going back in. Okay, so we might not be done for the night. While we wait to see what this next wave of planes is, I'm going to read some more super chats. You guys, we just can't start throwing around anything with the word nuke. Then we just give permission for anyone to use them. Got to look at this like surgery. Yep, we've talked about that a bunch throughout the show. That has been a major talking point throughout the show as we get into this. So, yeah, you're going to give Russia a green light. You're going to give China a green light. Those are the two you really got to worry about because they have ambitions right now. All right, we got Patriot Free for $20. So I hope that if our A-10s go in, they will be designated aerial precision snipers. You know, mountains, amen. Retired A-10 mechanic, Operation Enduring Freedom. Thank you for all your work and time. Thank you, David. Dude, A-10s are the coolest plane that maybe ever was made. It's a machine gun, or it's a massive cannon, I should say, not a machine gun. It's a massive cannon attached to a joystick and some wings. I have buddies that went to Iraq and it's their story to tell. It's not my story to tell, so I'm not going to tell it. That got into where they needed close air support. And they called in an A-10 right on top of them. Right on top of them. And that A-10 started melting dudes. Melting dudes. And when you hear the brrr, that's when you know the A-10 has showed up. And that's when you know it's a bad day to be a bad guy. So, hey, thank you for your service. And yes, the A-10s, you will never hear me say a bad thing about the A-10s. All right. We got C3 RIP theory. Did I miss the major announcement that you had to mute for? No, I muted so that people wouldn't hear it because I didn't know what was about to be said and if that information could be shared to the internet. My wife is a reporter. My wife is a White House reporter. So anytime, if I get it, so the studio has a door, and when that door is shut, it is shut pretty much like a bomb blast door. Not a real bomb blast door, but you know what I mean. Like don't open that door unless there's an emergency or there's urgent news I need to know right now about something big. So I knew as soon as that, I could see it pop off out of the corner of my eye, and I knew right away something big is happening. So I muted. We briefly exchanged words, looked at the phone, got the information, and that's why I had to be muted. I can't talk about it at this time. I'm not going to. But that is it. Dusty is okay. My wife is okay. I did like how everyone asked if Dusty was okay. No one asked if my wife was okay. So I guess you all love Dusty more than you love my wife. That's the pull Dusty has on people. All right, we got Elon Musk for $10. Operation Sandman is underway. Go look it up. All of these other countries are dumping their U.S. bonds all at once to collectively crash our dollar. I'll look it up after the show. Operation Sandman. Here's what I would say about that. We got the best economy in the world. And if people think they're going to play economic games with us and win, they're out of their mind. They're just fundamentally out of their mind if they think that is what is going to happen. All right, so I'm looking to see updates as they are rolling in to see what is happening as it appears another wave possibly has been launched, although we don't know. All we know is that air defenses in Iran, again, are roaring. And if you're just joining us, we got a lot of people in. We got a lot of new people in. Please like the video and make sure you're subscribed to the page. We only got 7,300 likes. I know we had way more people than that here watching, so make sure you're liking the video. We got Half-Ass Homestead back at 19. I was in the first part of Desert Storm. U.S. Army Reserves. Well, you know what? Cheers to that. Thank you very much for your service. Desert Storm, hard to believe. What, that kicked off, is that 33 years ago now? 35 years ago? I'm bad at doing math in my head, plus. So yeah, it kicked off 35 years ago. I'm having heat stroke while trying to do math. 35 years ago. That's crazy. Black Hawk Down, which was in 93, that's also over 30 years ago. It's just amazing how time flies. It's like the train, we're living on a bullet train, and the bullet train doesn't stop for anything at all, ever. All right. We got the Boat Devil. Elon and his companies are a great U.S. asset we should use. We are using them. We are using them in many ways, and it is my personal theory. I don't know this. It is my personal theory that Elon Musk has developed systems for the U.S. government that are not publicly known for weapons. I believe Elon Musk, due to his rocket capabilities, has developed weapons that will be critical for the war with China. Critical for the war with China. Elon Musk is a genius. I've never met him, never been in the same room with him. As far as I know, if we were, I certainly didn't know anything about it. Elon Musk, we need people. We need people who definitely are geniuses to help us create technology we need to win. All right, I'm checking the radar right now to see if there's still no planes over the skies of Iran, but I'm going to put this on the screen for you. Our refueling tankers remain airborne. So this is a U.S. refueling tanker that is still in the air. So we might be ready to roll. So if our refueling tankers are still up, that means that our fighter jets are still up. Do you guys want to see a picture of Dusty lounging around? Hold on. I'm going to show you guys. This is what Dusty is doing literally right now. I just saw this. Hold on. Hang tight. Hang tight. Dusty, this is what Dusty does when he's not when he's not on screen with you guys. Let me know if the video is still good. It keeps looking on my end. We got MMO Olahan has become a new member. That's Mary Margaret Olahan, the famous Daily Wire White House correspondent. For those of you who don't know, she is the Daily Wire's White House correspondent. I believe that's who I'm seeing here, judging from the screen name. And so we have a celebrity in the house right now. We have a celebrity in the house who just joined our membership program. That is crazy that we have a famous person that is here watching right now. One of the most famous reporters in all of Washington, D.C. I am beyond flattered. That is crazy. If you guys don't follow her work, I definitely encourage you to. She's a great reporter, one of the best in the business, and always on the cutting edge of what is going on. So that's Mary Margaret Olahan, appears the famous DC journalist and Daily Wire White House reporter. I guess you never know who's going to come in here. You never know who is going to be watching the show. That's wild. That is wild. That might be, is that our first celebrity member? That's pretty crazy. We got people in the chat saying they love her, much love. That's a big deal she's here. It is a big deal that she's here. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to show you. This is what Dusty is currently doing right now. That is Dusty at this very moment. That is how he spends his days. Mary Margaret apparently is incredibly popular in the live chat. A lot of you appear to follow her work. So that's what Dusty is up to at this very moment. He's still wearing the American flag sash. He's on a pillow with no pillow cover on it, lounging around. He's like, I worked hard. I went on the show. People are saying that's not a pillow I sleep on. That's a pillow that is just out and about in the home that we just didn't put a cover on. He is monitoring the situation. Dusty is monitoring the situation as we await more updates here to see what is going on amid reports. There could be more strikes underway. I'm watching as we look to see what is going on. All right, I'm trying to see if this is new footage. We might have some new footage of the IRGC area. We do. So we have new footage of the IRGC area that has been taken out. Let's watch. Massive fire. Massive fire. After it appears an IRGC area took a direct hit and has been knocked out. Like I said, here's another look at it. So we are knocking people out. Hold on one second. We are knocking people out all over the place, but we do not have an Iranian response just yet. We do not have an Iranian response at this time. I'm looking to see what we got coming in. And see what is rolling. A lot of you are saying we can't let up. You are correct. Oh, yes. Did you guys see this? I'm going to put this up on the screen. I think my computer's starting to overheat. The new UK Prime Minister, Andy Burnham, greenlights the use of British bases, including Diego Garcia. So the UK has a new Prime Minister. He is signing off on our bases being used to strike the Iranian regime. So we are making sure we do whatever is necessary to make sure we get the job done. And we will get the job done. We're going to hold here for just a couple more minutes. We got a new super chat, Aussie Badger. Well, we got the Badgers right here. I don't know if you were talking about my Badgers or Badgers in Australia. By the way, one of the best bartenders in all of Washington, D.C., I don't want to say his name because, again, we've got the Iranians watching this, and I don't want to name drop a guy while we're on high threat alert, and we've got the federal authorities looking and hunting down the people issuing the threats. But one of the best bartenders I've ever met in my life, works right here in Washington, D.C., and he's from Australia. So I've always loved the Australians. David, best coverage, hands down. Love your no BS commentary. Stay fired up, brother. Sending support and prayers for your fallen Patriots from Sydney, Australia. See, this is why I love the Australians so much. They're rugged guys. They're little edgy guys. They like to, they're in the outback. Like every animal and insect in the country can kill you. And the Australians just don't have any quit in them. No quit in them. They love Americans. We love Australia. Hey, cheers to paying respect in your prayers to our fallen heroes. That is why Australia is one of our greatest allies and has been for a long, long time, certainly post-World War II where we worked together, although I don't think the Australians liked all the American soldiers in their country taking your women. But that aside, cheers and respect right back at you, buddy. We love the Australians. All righty. So I'm trying to see if we got any indication that the Iranians are going to fire back. It looks like we do not. For now, the Iranians are holding in place after taking an absolute beating from the U.S. military today. We got Sam89 AMD. I'm behind in the show, but I love it. Don't let the scumbags intimidate you. Keep telling it like it is. Love the show. Well, my promise to you and my promise to everybody else is I don't care what the threats are. I don't care how many people are coming in here saying they're going to off me. I don't care how many people in Iran and the IRGC are watching. It means nothing to me. It means nothing to me. And if for some reason they got me, then I know that everyone here will carry on the flame and live your life without fear and crush the enemy wherever you find them and carry that banner forward. Because that's who we are as Americans. And that's who we've always been as Americans. That's who we will be as Americans 100 years from now. And that's what separates us from everyone else. We are eager for it. We are eager for the enemy to try to encroach on us. Again, we are peaceful people. We love peace. But if you threaten this country and you threaten our great people, we will destroy you in ways you didn't even know you could be destroyed. And that is how I feel, and I know that's how many of you feel. We know if Dusty is being taken care of, so is your wife. My wife is safe as well. She is safe as well. I know everyone was very concerned about Dusty's safety when I had to mute the camera and she busted in through the door and I had to, there was a little bit of a shocking moment. I only muted it because I didn't know how sensitive the nature of what she was about to say was, because we don't really ever go through that doorway when I'm on air. So that is why. She's safe. She's here. She's safe. Everything's being taken care of. But guys, it appears that as of right now, the shooting has ended for the night, and we've got some big announcements coming on the way in the future. We will get you merch. It is going to happen, I believe. It might take a little bit, but it is going to happen. As always, guys, I appreciate the fact that you spend your time with me. There's a million other things you could be doing. You are here with me. We're holding the line. Not one step back, no retreat. We're pushing all the way forward. Pushing all the way to Tehran, if you will. So thank you very much. I want to say we will be back tomorrow, as always, with the regular videos. But this has been another awesome Tuesday night live stream. Depending on what's going on the other nights, we might have more emergency streams outside of the regular Tuesday night one. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. It means the world to me. You guys are the best audience on YouTube. I'll see you all tomorrow with the regular videos. Hit the like button before you leave and make sure to subscribe. You guys are awesome.